Welcome back, everyone, of Westlake Hornets Teambuilder Dynasty here in NCAA Football 14. As today, the Hornets finish out their 8th season of play here in Pasadena, California at the Rose Bowl as the number 4 Hornets are set to take on the number 6 Georgia Bulldogs. Westlake is coming off a big 34-10 victory in the Pac-12 championship over USC. However, they're not in the highest of spirits right now as, of course, they are not playing in the national championship, a game that they definitely think they deserve to be in. And as a non-biased commentator, Westlake should probably be in the national championship. I mean, their point differential says it all. They have a 22.2 point differential, easily the highest in college football. And the year they did make the national championship 2 years ago, I can't imagine their point differential was in the double digits, let alone in the 20s. Meanwhile, their opponent today is the Georgia Bulldogs, who they're also not the happiest right now, coming off an SEC championship loss to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Georgia sitting at 11-2 on the season. Their only other loss came to, guess who? Westlake. These two teams are very familiar with each other as Westlake beat Georgia 21-7 back in week 2. And to put things in perspective, Georgia at number 6 has a point differential of 6.8. Anyway, welcome everyone to the Rose Bowl here in Pasadena, California, as the number 6 Georgia Bulldogs set to take on the number 4 Westlake Hornets in a rematch of a contest earlier in the season back in Augusta, Georgia. I think that's where Georgia plays. I don't know. Anyway, Georgia chooses heads, even though tails never fails. Of course, it obviously lands on tails. Everett Lemieux and I think Agobo and Echo, the captains for Westlake, as they play their final game in the black and gold. Georgia's offense really struggled in their first meeting this season with Westlake. Let's see if they can improve upon that poor outing. Williams is the motion man. Owen Jackson joins him in motion as Garcia under pressure, and he's going to be sacked on second down, as that's going to be the true freshman Lawrence McCoon making the play. McCoon has shown signs of improvement every single week this season as he brings down the quarterback Greg Garcia. Westlake's offense is coming off a dominant victory in the Pac-12 championship against USC. When they faced off against Georgia in week 2, this offense definitely did not have their best of outings, but luckily for them, their defense was able to bail them out as Curtis has nowhere to go and he loses 10 on first down, sacked by Jonathan Golden. And that'll lead us to a second down and 20 as both pass rushes are already on the board with a sack. Both defenses are looking pretty good so far, so maybe we'll get another defensive battle between these two squads. Now 2nd and 10 for Georgia, a little bit under 3:40 left to go, and the first is Garcia, almost sacked by Spencer, but instead is brought down by the redshirt freshman Ray Johnson. And that'll lead us to a 3rd and 13. So here returns the Westlake offense, coming off a pretty poor first drive. Let's see if they can try to build upon that and improve here. He's on first down. Curtis, he fumbles the football. He tried to toss it to Dante Savage, but it doesn't work, and the Bulldogs will recover it. It looked like Curtis was able to make the easy toss. However, the defensive end made an incredible play on the ball, and the Bulldogs will get it right back. Georgia's offense has done pretty solid this drive as they now have it a little bit past the 15-yard line. 2nd down and 6 for the Bulldogs. Garcia gets it to the running back, Ron Payne. Payne gets by Leon Moore, breaks the tackle from Johnson, and Ron Payne will find the end zone as the Georgia Bulldogs will strike first. A 15-yard rushing touchdown from Ron Payne will give them a 7-0 lead with 1:27 left to go here in Pasadena. Westlake's last drive just lasted one play and they turned it over. So let's see if they can rebound on this drive and start to put some points on the board. As Curtis, he's going to roll out a little bit. Peyton Curtis has time. He's going to take a shot deep from a senior receiver, Everett Lemieux, the school's all-time leader in receiving touchdowns, and he will gain 26 yards. Very nice play from Lemieux in his final game here with Westlake. Now Westlake's offense is starting to figure it out. It's 2nd and 2. Curtis and Daly in the backfield, as Curtis will hand it off to the redshirt freshman. That's Patrick Daly. Gets by a couple of defenders. Daly into the red zone. Are you kidding me? What a run from Patrick Daly. He looked like Adrian Peterson on that play, swifting his way by the defenders with ease. And the Westlake Hornets will tie this game up as that run was an absolute beauty. Through one quarter, this game is tied up at 7, and it's been a very evenly matched battle up to this point. So let's see if one of these two teams can start to break away here in the second as Ron Payne runs directly into the redshirt sophomore Adam Alexander. And the former 5-star athlete is easily able to make that tackle as he reads the play like a book. So now it's 2nd down and 11 for Georgia. It's going to be another handoff for Ron Payne, and this time he's wrapped up by Agobo Anecho, his senior linebacker, who's been starting ever since he was a true freshman. Now in his final game as a Westlake Hornet, makes his first tackle of the afternoon. 3rd down and 13 here for Georgia. Can they convert? As Garcia under pressure, and he's immediately going to be swarmed down to the ground. That's Ray Johnson with his 2nd sack of the game, and that'll force a Georgia punt. So Westlake's defense was able to get a stop. Let's see if their offense can drive down the field and extend their lead as Curtis will toss it over to Dante Savage, but he has nowhere to go, losing 4 on the run as the Georgia defenders were right there. That's going to be Walter Jackson, no relations to Owen, with the tackle. I'm almost a little bit surprised that Owen and Walter Jackson are not related, considering all of Owen Jackson's siblings and cousins in college football. Walter there is not one of them. 3rd down and 9, Curtis wrapped up for a loss of 13 on the sack by Jonathan Golden, his 2nd of the game, as nobody saw him coming, and Peyton Curtis just has to take the hit, and that'll force a Hornet punt. These two teams have been very back and forth today. Whenever Georgia gets stopped, so does Westlake. Whenever Georgia scores, so does Westlake. So I'm curious to see who's going to be the first team to really break through into a lead as Payne trucks 3 defenders, including Owen Jackson. I don't know how you truck Owen Jackson. He's literally built like a bulldozer, as a very nice play on the screen from Ron Payne, gaining 16 yards. Georgia's offense is looking very good on this drive. They have 6 first downs compared to just 2 for Westlake's offense. Now it's 2nd and 10 here for the Bulldogs. Garcia under pressure. Garcia, he will be tracked down by the defensive tackle. That's Mike Jones with the sack. It is 3rd down and 7. Let's see if Westlake can get a stop and force Georgia to a field goal. Payne and Garcia, of course, in the backfield. As Greg Garcia looking to throw it. It's going to be a screen for Ron Payne. It worked last time, and he gets the first down just barely. And Georgia's drive will somehow stay alive. So Georgia now has it at the 5. This is the 12th play of the drive, and they've had the ball for almost 3 minutes now. As here's Garcia looking to throw it. Garcia scrambling. He has an open room in the end zone. Touchdown, Georgia. And the Bulldogs will regain the lead with 47 seconds left in this half. Let's see if Westlake's offense can make this game a little bit closer, or maybe even tie it up, as we've not seen a lot of Peyton Curtis today. He's only thrown 3 passes, none of which have been in the 2nd quarter. Here's Curtis under pressure, and he will be sacked. So Curtis has now been sacked the same amount of times he's thrown the ball today, as that's going to be a hat trick for Jonathan Golden. This Georgia defense has been dominant today, stopping one of the most, I guess, explosive, you could say, offenses in all of college football, as Curtis has no time at all, and that'll be Walter Jackson with this sack, as Westlake's offensive line is just, or at least pass blocking wise for offensive line, has been awful today. Curtis has now been sacked 4 times. He's also thrown 4 passes. Because Westlake has an offensive line of revolving doors, Georgia has the ball with 29 seconds left, and maybe they can extend their lead, or maybe not, as Cole Spencer with the sack. Spencer has had a record-setting season and has numerous awards to show for. Now it's 2nd and 17. Bulldogs going no huddle as they are out of timeouts. Garcia taking a shot, and that's Robert Richardson who catches it for a gain of 32, and the Bulldogs are now in field goal range. 10 seconds left. Georgia has it at the 32-yard line, so they have a legit chance to score here, as Garcia looking, connecting with Richardson again. He crosses Leon Moore, and Robert Richardson will find the end zone, and the Bulldogs will take a 2-possession lead with just 5 seconds left in the first half. Luckily for Westlake, they do start the second half off with the ball, so I guess there's that. 5 seconds left in the first half. Here is the Georgia kickoff. It'll be received by Sean Briggs right at the goal line. Briggs takes it out. Briggs has blocks. There goes Briggs down the field. Will he be caught? He has some of the fastest speed in college football, and he gained 70, which is not enough for the touchdown. He was beat out by the last Georgia defender, and the Bulldogs survive. They lead it by 14 headed into the second half. What a huge play that could have been for Westlake, but they do start the second half with the ball at least. The Hornets did not have a very eventful drive, but it's been a good one as they now have it at the 5. 3rd down and 3. Can they convert? Savage in motion. He gets a fake handoff. Curtis looking in the end zone for Malik Brown, who's able to get both feet in, even though in college you technically only need one. And the Westlake Hornets will cut the lead in half as Brown was more wide open than a McDonald's drive-thru at 5 o'clock in the morning, and he made the Georgia defense pay for it. Touchdown Hornets. I'm sure Georgia would love to keep a multiple possession lead, but the only way they're going to be able to do that is if they convert here on 3rd and 7. 5 wide set for Garcia, who will be brought down. The second sack of the game for, of course, number 57, Cole Spencer. And that'll be a Georgia 3-and-out, and Westlake will get the football right back. Westlake has nice starting field position, and now they have the opportunity to tie this game up, or at least make it a little bit closer. 2nd and 6, here's Curtis looking to throw it. Risky pass, but he connects with Brown, who trucks his way for a gain of 19. And Westlake now has it at the 31. Westlake now has it at the 31. His their offense is looking good here. I don't think Curtis has been sacked yet in the second half. So the offensive line is definitely improved as here's the senior tight end, Sandu Fishing, with his first catch of the game. He's absolutely murdered by the Georgia safety, but still gets it in the red zone for Westlake nonetheless. 2nd down and goal at the 2. Let's see if the Hornets can punch it in and tie this one up as Curtis. He will hand it off for his running back, Dante Savage, who outruns the defender. Touchdown Westlake as Savage, untouched like weekend homework, as that'll be, I believe, his 16th rushing touchdown of the year. Not quite Alex Ellis numbers when it comes to getting into the end zone, but Savage has truly been one of the best running backs in the nation this season. Here returns the Bulldog offense as this one is now tied. Garcia looking to throw it on 1st down. Now he has open running room, breaks the tackle from the senior Jeremy Harrington. Garcia still on his feet, but it's a loose football, and Sean Briggs will pick it up, and Westlake will get it back, as I really thought for a second Greg Garcia was going to turn into Marshawn Lynch, but instead he loses the football as Andy Pino, Owen Jackson, both there. I think they'll give Pino the force. Yes, they definitely will give Pino the force. And Sean Briggs will pick it up. And what a switch of momentum just like that. It is 3rd down and 9 here for Westlake. Let's see if they can convert. They get closer and closer to the lead. So I don't think the 3rd quarter could be going too much better here for the Hornets. Curtis scrambling, gets it to an open man. That's Nigel Wiggins, who tried to sort of juke the defender almost like how Patrick Daly did. It doesn't really work, but Wiggins does gain 20, and Westlake now has it at the 10. Westlake has it at the 11, as this will be the last play of the 3rd quarter if they get it off in time, and they do. Curtis looking, Curtis finds Nigel Wiggins! Touchdown Hornets! What a perfect way to cap off the 3rd quarter for Westlake as they gain their first lead of the day for redshirt sophomore connection Peyton Curtis to Nigel Wiggins. And the Hornets will take a 7-point lead headed into the 4th. Entering the 3rd quarter, Georgia's up by multiple possessions. And now they're down as Westlake went on a 21-0 run in the 3rd. Now here in the 4th, Garcia is sacked for a loss of 4 by the true freshman defensive tackle Marcus Shelton from Tacoma, Washington. And that'll lead us to a 3rd and 13. 3rd down here for Georgia. It'll be a 5-wide set. Garcia alone in the backfield as Greg Garcia looking to throw it. Garcia under pressure, and he finds Tyson Walker, who makes an incredible catch despite having, I think that's Andy Pino right on him. And that'll lead to a Georgia first down. Despite a very slow start to the second half, Georgia's offense is playing well on this drive. Now it's 3rd and 3. Can they get it? Handoff for Payne, and he is going to get clobbered in the backfield by Agobo Anecho, the senior linebacker, and that'll lead us to a 4th. And Georgia's going to go for it here, and I like the call for the Bulldogs. Let's see if Westlake's defense can prove me wrong and get a stop as Garcia. Short pass for Richardson. Gets by Briggs. Richardson down the sidelines. Pushed out at the 10 by Harrington. 3rd down and goal from the 1. Can Georgia punch it in, or will Westlake get a stop? As Garcia looking, he's going to throw it, and he finds his man Caleb Stokes for the touchdown. as the left side of the end zone was very unpopulated. Only Stokes and whoever was covering him was there. I believe that's Adam Alexander. And the Bulldogs will tie it up with 3:24 left to play. Westlake's offense has 3 straight touchdown scoring drives. Let's see if they can get a few more points and try to win this game. This will be a handoff for Savage on first down. He gains a loss of 1. As excellent play by Alex Thomas, who essentially forced the fumble earlier in the game. And now he gets Savage here, as Dante Savage only 44 yards so far on the day. Now it's 2nd and 11. As we've hit the 3-minute mark, Curtis will look to throw it. Curtis has time looking for Lemieux, and Lemieux grabs it over the Georgia defender. That could have easily been intercepted, but instead, Everett Lemieux will gain 16, as the senior receiver has been pretty quiet today, only 3 grabs for 52 yards. Under 2:15 left to go. Westlake's offense is looking really good on this drive. Let's see if they can just play smart and potentially finish it off, as Curtis up the middle for Malik Brown. He will gain 19, and I think it's safe to say Westlake is in field goal range. Westlake is just trying to play smart with the football, not do anything stupid. Under 35 seconds left to go, 2nd and 3. Curtis will look to throw it, looking, end zone for Everett Lemieux. Touchdown Westlake, and they will gain the lead, as Everett Lemieux with his 12th touchdown of the year, which is a school record by the way, and his final likely as a Hornet, and Westlake is up with 27 seconds left. So assuming this game does not go into overtime and Matt Fellows doesn't have to kick any more extra points, he will finish his Westlake career 100% from extra points. Quite an accomplishment for the senior kicker. But Georgia still has 3 timeouts. Don't rule them out yet, as Harrington misses the tackle. Rob Wilson pushed out past the 40. Look at their timeouts. They have all 3. The Bulldogs still have a shot to tie this game up and bring it to OT. Jeremy Harrington just got the stiff arm of the year. And I feel bad for him, because that's probably going to be how his Westlake career ends. Now 2nd and 10, 17 seconds left. Georgia still has all 3 timeouts, as Thompson somehow gets the first down. I don't believe it. Kevin Thompson gains 14. Bulldogs use timeout number 1. 3 seconds left. Georgia has it at the 37. So I'm sure Garcia's arm could probably reach the end zone. Let's see if he can do it. As Garcia, he's going to take a shot a few yards shy of the end zone. And it's broken up by Josh Wilson. And that is how this game will end. And the Westlake Hornets are Rose Bowl champions in dramatic fashion, 35-28. A game-winning touchdown from the senior receiver, Everett Lemieux. Pretty much a perfect way to end the season for Westlake. Next episode will be the off-season. I don't plan on live streaming it, because the past few seasons I have had technical issues with live streaming Westlake, so I will likely premiere the off-season likely on Sunday or Monday. And then after that, we will get a Season 9 of Westlake football. I hope you enjoyed this episode as well as Season 8 in general. Make sure you hit the like button and subscribe if you have not already. And as always, have a good one, everybody. Peace out.
Hey, man!